Welcome back to Good Knit Kisses. I'm your host, Kristen. Okay, so we have pulled this off of the loom, and all you're going to do is start pulling out the other ends. Just kind of lightly stretch that. And then go back a long way. Okay, now that you see that you have done that, it is just gorgeous. Actually, one long piece, and we want to take it and put these two ends together. Now you've got your original beginning strand here, and you've got your cast off edge here. What we're going to do is seam these up. And you can use the method that you enjoy and like to use. You could do a blanket stitch. If you do that, it's going to make a little ridge on the inside, so just know that. And then if you want to do an invisible seam, stick with me and we will do an invisible seam. That way, if you want to make it reversible, you can. You want to line up your edges and stretch the fabric out to make sure it lays correctly, and you want to have all the stitches kind of line up. It's a little harder to tell with the luxe fur, but that's alright because it's going to be a little bit more forgiving for this project. So we want to line up the edges nice and evenly so that you're going to make a large tube shape here. See, this is going to become your tube for the cowl. And we will weave in the beginning and the ending strands here in the end. Right now you want your tapestry needle, large-eyed tapestry needle here, and I've got a contrasting yarn threaded in. I've actually knotted it just because this one slips easy, but I wanted something bright so that you could see it. But for your purposes, go ahead and use your original yarn, the one that matches your project. So go ahead and start on the end, and you want to just go on the top side here. And we're going to insert our needle on the edge and pull up through the first stitch. And with this yarn, you can see that there is a thread. Now you see on this, there is a nice thread in between, and that thread is what you can see your stitches with and be able to pull through. So you want to look for that. So we found the edge, and we're going to pull through. Make sure you have enough cut yarn, which is about 3 times or a little bit more the length that you're going to be doing. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3 and cut your yarn, and you're going to be pulling through until you get a loose end here, and just leave that for now, and we'll weave it in and knot it in later. And so you've gone from the down up towards the middle, going to go over and go to the bottom side of this one. Pick up that stitch, okay, and pull it through, and you're going to make sure that it lays on top, so it's going to bridge over that gap there. Now we're going to go back to the top side here, and we're going to pick up the next stitch and pull it through, and come to the other side and pick up the next stitch. And pull it through. We're going to go back over to the other side and just try and grab the edge. And now go to the front. And I'm just going to show you how when you start pulling on this and just pull it tight, you can see that it hides your seam. Now you can see a little bit of my pink, but whenever you get in your yarn that you need that matches, it's actually going to be invisible. And so just continue going. I'm going to crack this open a little bit, and you can tug on it so you can see if you stopped on the top or bottom. And you're going to continue going along this entire edge, and then you're going to weave everything in. I've gone back and put in the luxe fur just so you can see how seamless it is. So you can't even see this seam. It's very invisible. And now I've gone to my last stitch. You can see where it's just one little part to connect. I'm on the top side, and I want to pull this through. And before I finish, I'm going to leave, there's a little bit of a hole here, and I want to pull that on through. So we've gone back through our hole. We've now made a knot at the end to tie that in, and we can cut the rest. Now you just take a crochet hook and you're going to put it through one of the adjacent holes, one of the next stitches, wrap that around and pull it on through, and you're just going to weave this in. So pulling it through on this. Thank you very much for joining us with Good Knit Kisses. On behalf of my friends at Lion Brand Yarns, happy looming!